Assalamu alaikum, my beloved students. Hope you are well by the grace of Almighty Allah. Welcome to NIBS Home School. Here I am Lokman Hossain, an assistant teacher of English, National Ideal English Version School, Deship. Today I am going to take an English class for the students of class 8. Our today's topic is voice change. Voice change is very important in our English language and grammar. So let's see our today's discussion. Voice is a type of form of verb that shows whether the subject acts or the action is acted upon. You know that there are two types of voice, active voice and passive voice. What is active voice? In active voice, it shows who is the doer of the action. In passive voice, the action is done and the action is acted upon. The form of this type of verb is said to be in a passive mode. So, dear students, question may arise, what is the importance of voice change in our English grammar, and is there any application in our real life? The answer should be a big yes. There is a great importance in our daily to day life of application of voice change. Suppose whenever you need to mention some name of a person in your discussion, in your speaking, then we used to use our active mode in our speaking. But whenever it creates any problem or you don't want to mention the name of the person in your speaking, then we used to use the passive mode of our speaking. If I say, Mr. Rafiq breaks the window, but whenever it makes a trouble, it creates a problem, you are blaming others, mentioning name, then you can say easily, the window is broken. The window is broken. You don't mention here name. So that is the art of speaking also. So it's very important topic in our English grammar. Let's see what's waiting our today's discussion. First of all, you can see voice are two types, active voice and passive voice. Rules, the basic rules from active to passive is, first of all, you need to change the object of the active voice. You have to bring the object of your active voice as subject of your passive. Again, I am repeating, first of all, bring the object of your active voice in your passive voice as a subject. Secondly, you have to use auxiliary verb according to the tense, number and person. And thirdly, you have to use the past participle form of verb, that means verb 3. And then you need to use preposition. In almost we use preposition by, but in some cases we need other preposition also. They may be to, with or at. Okay, then the final number is subject of active voice to object of passive voice. The subject of your active voice will be turned into the object of your passive voice. Suppose, look at my pen. Here is a pen. This is the condition of your active to passive voice. Where is the cap of my pen? The cap of my pen is the right side. Now the cap of my pen is the right side. But if I turn into in this way, the cap of my pen is in a left side. So this is the position of active to passive. In active mode, suppose think about this is the active mode. Now turn into left side, and this is our passive mode. Let's see. Next one, very important to be mentioned, usage of auxiliary verb in our voice change. Here, do or does is used in present simple tense. If it's used in your active form, then in passive form you need to use am, is or are. I mean, do or does auxiliary verb will be replaced by am, is and are. Okay, second one, if it's given here in active voice am, is, are as denotes present continuous tense, these three auxiliary verbs will be replaced and add another extra word being. I mean am being, is being or are being. Then If it denotes present perfect tense by using have or has, then you should add in your passive mode extra word been. I mean have been or has been. Similarly, have been or has been used in your active mode. In your passive mode, you have to use have been being or has been being. Next, did will be replaced by was and where. Was where will be replaced by was being or were being, and had will be replaced by had been, or had been will be replaced by had been being in your passive form. Okay, next one, in future simple tense, shall or will be replaced by shall be or will be. In shall be or will be replaced by shall be being or will be being. According to this way, you have to select the auxiliary verb properly. Now let's see, next one is voice of tense. The voice of tense is very important for you because maximum sentence will be given from voice of tense. The structure should be followed. Our fundamental basic structure is repeating here. First of all, we should object will be replaced by subject form. Object will be replaced by subjective form. Second one, auxiliary verb according to tense, number and person. Then verb should be replaced into past participle, then preposition by, and finally subjective form will be in a objective form. Now let's start working. Here is some examples of active voice. In first example is mother calls me. My first example is mother calls me. First of all, find out the tense of the sentence so that we can easily identify the auxiliary verb from here. First of all, mother subject calls verb present form and the object me. So it denotes that it's our present simple tense. So for present simple tense, our auxiliary verbs is do or does, and this auxiliary verb will be replaced by am, is or are. So first thing we need to do, follow the structure. Object will be the subjective form. So what is the object? Object is me. So what is the subjective form of me? I. Right, first I. Subjective form of me, I. I have written here I. Next, what is the next step? The next step is to use auxiliary verb according to number, tense and person. The auxiliary verb is, I have three auxiliary verb here for present simple tense, am, is and are. So is it possible to write is or are with I? No, we have to use here am, as I is the first person. So write here am. I am. Then we should follow verb in a past participle form. So what should be the past participle form of call? It should be called. So I am called. Then preposition by, right, by. I am called by. The subject is mother. This subject will be object now. By mother. Give full stop. Second example, we are watching English class. Find out object first. English class is the object. So write first object English class. Then write auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verbs is are is here, but we can't write are here because this English class is a singular in number, but we plural in number. So this are will be replaced into is. English class is. Then for continuous tense, we know that we have to add another extra word being. So write being here. English class is being, then write verb in a past participle form. Watched. English class is being watched by, preposition by, finally subject will be objective form. Us. Okay, third number, the teacher has punished them. Objects them, write in a subjective form of them, they, then auxiliary, select auxiliary verb. Here is auxiliary verb has, but beside they we can't use has, we have to write have. They have. Then we know that if it is given any auxiliary verb like have or has, we have to add in passive mode extra word been, right here been. They have been, then write verb in a past participle form. Punished. they have been punished, preposition by, and subject will be the object by the teacher. Okay, next, I have been teaching voice change. I have been teaching voice change. First of all, write object in a subjective mode, voice change, then auxiliary verb. Here is given have been because here our subject is first person, but here our subject is third person singular number. We can't use have here, we should use has. Voice change has, then another word is been here, write been. According to the usage of auxiliary verb, we came to learn that if it's given have been or has been in active mode, we have to write have been being or has been being in our passive mode. So we are doing passive, so right here extra word being. Voice change has been being taught. Taught by me, subject object form. Next one is she sang a beautiful song. Okay, this song is object. She sang a beautiful song is the object. Right first, a beautiful song. A beautiful song. Then auxiliary verb should be according to the number tense. As it's past tense, so you should write here was. A beautiful song was sung by. She will be replaced into her, objective form. Okay, a beautiful song was sung by her. Okay, next, the girl was reading a novel. Identify object, a novel. A novel. Then write auxiliary verb. Was is given here, so we have to add being with was according to the usage of auxiliary verb. A novel was being read, past participle form of reading. A novel was being read by the girl. Okay, next sentence. You had plucked the nice flowers. What is object here? The nice flowers. So write first nice flowers. The nice flowers. Then write auxiliary verb is used here, had. So we have to add been in our passive mode. According to the rules of active to passive, the nice flowers had been plucked. Write past participle form of pluck. Had been plucked by you. By you. Okay, next sentence. Teacher will help me is our future indefinite tense. So according to the usage of auxiliary verb, we know that shall or will be replaced by shall be or will be. First of all, write down the object into subjective mode. Me will be I. Then write auxiliary verb will. Then extra word be, I will be. Then verb in a past participle form. I will be helped by teacher. Okay, go to next rules. Passive voice with modal auxiliary. We know that there are lots of modal auxiliary verbs in our English grammar. Basically, do verb, do, does, did, and be verb, am, is, are, was, were. And modal auxiliary can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, ought, must, need, dare, ought to. And the rest of the part, be verb, am, is, are, was, were. So let's see the usage of be verb, usage of auxiliary verb in our active to passive. First of all, I can recite the Holy Quran. The object should be written first. The Holy Quran. The Holy Quran, then write modal auxiliary can. We know that according to the rules of our active to passive, if it is given any modal auxiliary, just add be with passive mode. Just add be in your passive mode. So the Holy Quran can be recited by me. I will be replaced by me. Okay, next one. You should practice grammar. Write first object in a subjective mode. Grammar, then modal auxiliary verb should, add be with should. Grammar should be practiced by you. Okay. Next, interrogative sentence. Now we are in interrogative sentence. To change active to passive in interrogative sentence, first of all, you have to follow some rules. The rules is here. This does, we came to learn from our basic fundamental rules, and usage of auxiliary verb do or does will be replaced by am, is, are. So first of all, with he, you should replace this you. This is the object. So write here object first, and I have space to write something here. Here should be auxiliary verb which replaced by does, and does replaced by am, is, are, but we can't use three, we have to select only one. So which one would be suitable for you? Are should be suitable for you, because we can't use am or is with you, that's why we have to write here are. So are you, then write verb in a past participle form. Are you disturbed by him? Are you disturbed by him? Finally give question mark. Does replaced by auxiliary verb are, then object in a subjective mode, then verb past participle form disturbed, then preposition by, finally subject he replaced by him, objective form. Okay, next one. Did he want a book? Did replaced by was or were. But here our object is a book, which is singular in number, but we can use here were, we should use here was. Write was, then write object was a book, then write verb in a past participle form, was a book wanted by him. Okay, next number. Why do you want it? There is very important information to be noted. If it is used any WS question in your active voice, just use them. Just use them. It will be remain unchanged. First of all, write here why. Next, auxiliary verb according to the subject of it. This will be subject. So it replace. It should be is here as its present tense. Why is it wanted by you? Next number, whom do you see here? You need to be mentioned here. Whom will be replaced by who, and who will be replaced by to whom, with whom, and by whom. So who will be replaced by who. Write first who, then auxiliary verb in according to the auxiliary verb of do. Who is seen here? Who is seen here by you? Finally give question mark. Okay, next one. Who has called you? Who will be replaced by whom? So write first by whom, then write auxiliary verb by whom. As your subject is you, you can write has, you should write have. And have accepts extra been. By whom have, or you can write another way, by whom have, first of all write object, subject, by whom have you, then write been. Additional word will be after subject. By whom have you been called? Give question mark. Okay, next, emphatic sentence with plain verb plus object. The rules, first of all let, then object, then verb be, then verb should be past participle. So let's start. Post the letter. Plain verb is post. So first of all, write from here, let first, then the subject, the letter is subject here, let the letter. Then our rule says you need to follow this. Write B, let the letter B, verb should be past participle. Let the letter be posted. Let the letter be posted. Next one is change the voice. Again, write first let, then the subject should be the voice. Then write B according to the rules. And finally, write verb in a past participle form. Let the voice be changed. Okay, next imperative, we do not, plain verb, write first let not. Due to do not, you have to write here let not. Then follow the previous rules. Let not, NOS, object here will be subjective. Let not NOS, then write B. Let not NOS be made. Okay. Next imperative sentence with let. If let is given in your active mode, then what should you write? Write here let first. The rules you should follow here. Let first, then second object, then be, then verb 3, I mean past participle, then by, and finally first object. So let first, then the object is problem, the problem, let the problem. Then write be, let the problem be, verb past participle, let the problem be solved, let the problem be solved by me. Finally give full stop. Okay. Next one is the last one, imperative sentence with please or kindly. If it is given please or kindly in your active mode, just please or kindly will be replaced by you are requested to. Just follow you are requested to, then the rest of the part. And verb should be in a present form. So please pay attention to my class. So please, due to this please will be replaced by you are requested to. You are requested to, then verb should be present form. To pay attention. Attention to my class. To my class. Okay, we are at the end of our today's class. Now, give a pause in your video and pick out the HW. This is very important HW. There are some examples are given for your exercise or practice. First example is, he plays cricket passive. Change it into passive mode. First sentence is, he plays cricket, change it into passive mode. Second one, they are doing the works. They are doing the works, passive mode. You have to change it into passive. Okay, last three number, he was buying a car, change it into passive. 4 number, had mother been calling the son, change it into passive. 5 number, how can you do it, change it into passive. Last number is submit the homework. Submit the homework, passive. Okay, I hope you have already understood our today's topic. Today's topic was very important for your JHE examination. So practice a lot. Keep abide by your parents and listen to them. And stay home, stay well. I hope you will be happy at home. And see you soon with Allah Hafiz.